Nyasia Chane'l. I'm running things right now, can't you tell? Dipped in Louis, dipped in Chanel. My songs ain't rock well, let's mainly rock, yo. I know you see the way that I go. Dipped in sauce from head to my toes. Had to learn the difference between friends and foes. I had to let him go, I had to let him go. So why would I stop the limits to the sky? I won't flop, you can't deny that I'm hot. These haters on my jock, they know that I rock. I tell them so. Why would I stop the limits to the sky? I won't flop, you can't deny that I'm hot. These haters on my jock, they know that I rock. N-Y-A-S-I.
Welcome to the Journey Podcast. My name is Nyasia Chane'l, and I am here with my lovely co-host,
Mike Boogie in the building.
Here at the Journey Podcast, we love to interview artists, entrepreneurs, innovators, creators, and here we highlight their journey and how they got to their journey and to be successful, as well as we highlight other artists as well. Yeah. So today we are here with our lovely special guest by the name of DJ King James.
King James in the building.
Peace and blessings, man.
How are you?
I'm great.
We appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all as well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got a lovely thing going on. It's beautiful. I'm here with it. I love it. And you're gonna make it to the top. That's all I'm gonna say.
We're gonna get up there. But before we start this, guys, we're gonna come back with a quick break. So please don't go anywhere. We're gonna be right back.
Stay tuned.
Maybe I came on too strong. Maybe I waited too long. Maybe I played my cards wrong. Ooh, just a little bit wrong. Baby, I apologize for it. I could fall or I could fly. Here in your aeroplane, I could live or I could die, hanging on the words you say. And I've been known to give my all, jumping in harder than 10,000 rocks on the lake. So don't call me baby unless you mean it. Don't tell me you need me if you don't believe it. So let me know the truth before I dive right into you. You're a mystery. I've traveled the world, but there's no other boy like you. What's your history? Do you have a tendency to lead some people on? 'Cause I heard you do. I could fall or I could fly. Here in your aeroplane, I could live or I could die, hanging on the words you say. And I've been known to give my all, lie awake every day. Don't know how much I could take. So don't call me baby unless you mean it. Don't tell me you need me if you don't believe it. Just let me know the truth before I dive right into you. I could fall or I could fly. Here in your aeroplane, I could live or I could die, hanging on the words you say. And I've been known to give my all, sitting back, looking at every mess that I've made. So don't call me baby unless you mean it. before I dive right into you.
Found me in a dark place, no one's around me. Broke my heart so much that I stopped counting. Love feel like a drug, baby, I'm drowsy. Where you found me? Found me in a dark place, no one's around me. Broke my heart so much that I stopped counting. Love feel like a drug, baby, I'm drowsy. Head is pounding. Make believe. Took a break, I stood there faithfully while you said wait for me. Walking around real aimlessly. Stop playing with me. I'm confused, I don't know if you loving or hating me. All my brothers, yeah, we closer than the Genovese. When you dripping at the top, there is amenities. Black or white, what you want, I'm like a referee. Now that you gone, yeah, all I got is memories. Why? I've been dripping on me for some time. Baby girl, thought you was gon' ride. People telling me I'm tripping, you a slide. I'm taking off your disguise, yeah. Found me in a dark place, no one's around me. Broke my heart so much that I stopped counting. I feel like a drug, baby, I'm drowsy. Where you found me? Found me in a dark place, no one's around me. Broke my heart so much that I stopped counting. I feel like a drug, baby, I'm drowsy. Head is pounding, yeah. Cushion loop, mixing with a Jimmy Choo, yeah. Out of space truck, walking on the moon, yeah. Spoil myself just to get over you, yeah. Got an image, baby, ain't no looking stupid. Yeah, you know I do this. And little baby saying that my music therapeutic. Every time you see me pop out, there's something exclusive. And the paper in the corner, and I'm somewhere secluded. And you left me clueless, thinking what I did to make you do this. Yeah, I fought for us, look at all these bruises. Drop top, no heart, yeah, you know I'm ruthless. And I'm ruthless. Found me in a dark place, no one's around me. Broke my heart so much that I stopped counting. Love feel like a drug, baby, I'm drowsy. Where you found me? Found me in a dark place, no one's around me. Broke my heart so much that I stopped counting. Love feel like a drug, baby, I'm drowsy. Head is pounding, yeah. Yeah, you're ruthless. Yeah, you're ruthless.
Welcome back, guys. We are here with our special guest, DJ King James.
Yes.
So just to give a brief explanation of who you are a DJ,
Correct.
a radio host, a promoter, a mixer, show DJ, all that. You a songwriter, you a arranger, like you got a lot going on for yourself.
Sure enough do.
Like, wow. And you've been a long-time area club and mobile DJ since the early 80s till present.
Yes, absolutely.
You opened for various artists such as Britney Spears, Public Enemy, Mr. Cheeks, Crystal Waters. I mean, the list goes on and on. Like,
yeah.
Wow. You work with a lot of important people.
Absolutely. That was my strive in life, so I did it, you know.
And that's so great to hear. So how did you get started with DJing?
Well, I'm going to say I became a DJ because of my family. Like, maybe this wasn't my thing, but I was born into this. Like, every Saturday, my mom's and them, but you know, my mother and all of that, every Saturday as a kid from like age 3, we go to the record store and buy records. That was our thing every Saturday. So we bought records every Saturday, 45s, big ones, as you can see. I love these 45s. So, you know, we would buy records every Saturday. So that kind of became a habit. Like, it's a good habit. Could have been a crack habit, but it's a record habit. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We always had to have the latest records in our house. We always did. And then from that point on, me just listening to the music, I always wanted to know how the hell do they fit all of that into this right here? You know what I mean? So I wanted to know all about that. And that led me into producing. That's how I found out about production at an early age, finding out production. When those of y'all know, back in the day, way before your time, we used to have the cassette tapes and we would use the pause button to edit stuff. So we would take the parts of the record that we want, pause, put this part here, record, stop, put this part here. So I grew up on that level as you know, learning how to produce. As far as DJing, my moms and them in the 70s would have these Tupperware parties. So they would just sit me up on a stool for the first hour, because you know it's grown folks. After that first hour, you got to take your ass to bed. So the first hour, they just sit me in front of the record player and just let me play the records. So I would notice that certain records I played, boom, that was the reaction right there. So that Marvin Gaye Got to Give It Up record, that was it. You play this record, it was a so-so, like, okay, we like it. We're going to sit down and chill and talk on this one, put on another one. So that's how I started knowing what kind of moves the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to put what with what and how it went together. So that's how I learned how to DJ.
Might I say, you know what you doing. You be getting busy, you know what I'm saying? Might I add, you're my personal DJ. So, you know, I'm blessed. To have you in my life. And also, I noticed them records in the background, though.
Oh, there's tons of records back there, man. This is only what's here. I have a storage that contains probably 500,000 records in there.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot. I'm not even gonna say I'm surprised, honestly. I'm not.
In here in my place right now alone is probably like about 10 to 12,000.
Wow.
That's just in here.
Them section off in different
genres.
I got things how I like it, like the top row, the first top 2 rows. I'm a big jazz fan too. I love jazz. So the top 2 rows is all my jazz albums. My next row is like my break beats, the stuff we used to cut up back in the days, the break beats. And then I got like my hip hop. Farther down, which you probably can't see, is like, since I've been connected with the record and with the music industry pretty much all my life. So anything new that comes out, I still get it on vinyl. So I got all Drake on vinyl. I got all Rihanna on vinyl. I got all Rick Ross, you name it, from the pop to whatever. So that I have like 2 new shelves of just like new shit that just that comes in every day.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
That is so
big record collector. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta ask you some more questions about that later. But right now, I want to know, since I know you personally, and I know a lot of people upstate remember you as DJ Joint. Like, as I was growing up, my mom always referred to you as DJ Joint. So that makes me ask you, what made you change your name from DJ Joint to DJ King James?
Well, here's another thing a lot of people don't know. Before upstate, my parents and all that, we migrated from the Bronx up here. Although I've lived up here the majority of my life, we migrated from the Bronx. So, you know, back in the day, you had to have your name Mixmaster this or the Grandmaster this or whatever. The name Joint came to me by me being like the little kid on the block. You'd always see the little kid come down the block with the records, and I'm, you know, we bet, yo, let me get on. Nah, shorty, you don't know what you're doing. Let me get on. But then when somebody would let me get on, they'd be like, yo, that kid, the joint is like an old term saying, like what we say now, like to say that was the joint is to say that's fresh, or to say that's dope, or to say that's lit. You know what I'm saying? They would say that little kid right there, that kid is the joint. So that's how I got the name DJ Joint. So
makes sense.
And then of course you remember the record on Sugar Hill, the Funky 4 Plus One More. It's the joint. Remember that?
You know what? Oh, that's crazy, because I have a family member who's dating someone from that crew.
See that?
But we'll talk about that. That's crazy.
So got real popular with the mixtapes and all that as DJ Joint or whatever. Now I'm leaving the hood, so to speak, not leaving the hood, but getting real popular with like the whole world. So I'm getting quote unquote a lot of white parties and stuff like that, you know. So
Okay.
I had a manager back in the day. He was like, you know, I know Joint is your thing or whatever, but we need to kind of like just switch that up just a little bit, because now you're getting ready to go into another
Like
whole
that.
space. Yeah. So
like
now
that
I'm getting
corporate and
right.
radio and
I'm getting the corporate stuff now, you know. So I switched up around like 1997, 98, and I was kind of afraid. So I would always say DJ Joint, aka DJ King James, so I could start smoothing people into it. And by like 2000, that was it. It was King James.
It just took off.
This is King James. And then when I did the King James thing, it really took off. So I'm getting bar mitzvahs, weddings. I mean, I was getting them before, but now it's like double and triple, you know.
Right.
So it doubled and tripled, and I'm in their land now. They're loving what I'm doing. I'm in their land plus my land, so to speak, whatever. So, you know, and there comes the open up for the Britney Spears, open up for this one, open up for that one, and things of that nature. So, you know, not to say that it may not have worked as Joint, but you know, it's good that we overturned it anyway. So it was good.
Right. It actually paid off at the end. I mean, I still think you probably still would be as popular as you are with that name too. I think so, but too. I like the professional change on that name.
Right.
You know what I'm
now
saying?
Here's the funny thing. Now back to you, Nyasia, a little bit too. So, you know, I've been out of the area for years. I had moved back to the city, the whole 9 yards or whatever, King James, whatever. So a lot of my people's upstate, they was like, yo, we keep hearing about this King James dude. Yo, he's nice. So a lot of people didn't see me. So when they started coming back to parties, there's a King James that we're going to check this dude out. They will come and they will see that it was me. They'd be like, yo, you fucking King James? I'm like, yo, you changed the name? I'm like, yes, I did. Yeah. So it still worked because they still heard shit and heard it was dope, but didn't even know that it was me. So when they saw it was me, they was like, God damn, you know.
Yo, that's crazy because that's like Kobe retiring 2 of his jerseys. You know what I'm saying? You hung up Joint and then you came with the King James. I like that. I like that. There you go. So let me ask you a question. Before my question, because I heard you say that every Saturday your parents took you to the record store and you guys picked out records. So that was like a normal, consistent thing with you guys.
Yeah.
Because you know we've talked to people and some people would go get ice cream every Saturday or go food shopping and you were in the record store.
We would go food shopping and the record store. We get ice cream and the record store. Had to go to the record store.
So
I would cry if we didn't go to the record store.
Oh,
wow.
Destiny. Oh, wow.
I would cry. We're not going there today.
A legend in the making.
Yeah, we're not going there today. I would throw a tantrum. And we'd have to go.
We have a question for you, but this question is a 2-part question I want to ask you. But I don't want no hesitation on the second question.
Okay.
I want to see I want to see this. All right. So for one, who's your biggest inspiration in the game? And what are your top 5 DJs of all time?
My inspiration coming from the Bronx was Grandmaster Flash. Funny story about that. Seen him in the parks do his thing. Amazing. Still amazing to this day. I'll never take that away from him. Never got a chance to meet him. Finally got a chance to meet him.
Wow.
Dick. He was a dick.
What?
Yeah. And he was a dick that night. I was like, wow. You know, I waited all these years to meet you, and you are just not the person I thought you kind of was, man. He was on his high horse that night, you know. As far as top 5 DJs, I'm still going to grab Flash. Is still my number 1.
Okay.
DJ Scratch, man. I mean, that dude is like an animal. I mean, I don't know what's inside that man's blood, but that man is an animal when it comes to these records, man.
Okay.
DJ Jazzy Jeff, of course.
Jazzy Jeff.
That's amazing. There's this Chinese dude that I rock with. His name is DJ Kokomo Shoto. Amazing. Amazing with these things right here. What he can do
is he a part of your top 5?
Yes.
All right, so that's 4.
That's 4. And I would say my next one would have to be good
DJ
question.
King James.
Nah, I can't put myself in. I'm gonna give it to my partner. I'm gonna give it to my partner, DJ Rob V, man. That kid is a beast. That's one of my partners upstate right here.
Got you.
That kid is a beast. So I would give it to him.
Got you. Okay. So with that being said, like who have you worked with, you know, in the industry? Like who have you worked with, even, you know, whether it's DJs or artists, like who have you worked with, and how was that experience?
I'll put it to you this way. There's probably not too many people that I didn't work with.
Okay.
So okay. I was with Jay-Z from the beginning. Like I got the test press. I got the test pressings in this room to the first album.
You see, because we know that you worked with Teddy Pendergrass,
right?
Pendergrass, Kanye West. So like, how was that experience? Like, how was that?
It was great because when I worked with these people, not Teddy Pendergrass, of course, but like with the Kanyes, they were just on the come up. So they were still humble. They was cool. One of the coolest experiences was Old Dirty Bastard.
Ooh. Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace. As wild as he is on TV and all of that, when he came to the radio station, he just sat there like a genie. He just sat there and we was asking him questions and he was just calm, like ain't nothing was going on.
Wow.
You know? And he
sat, but when he got behind them records, he was just
he enjoyed he enjoyed the interview and enjoyed himself. We was like, oh God, well we got to prepare for this one. But he was just cool as a lamp, you know.
Oh,
and everything was cool.
That's dope. That's dope.
Everything was cool. Yeah.
He's definitely a really dope artist, and he has a different style too.
Great dude, man. Great dude.
For real. All right, before we get into anything more spicy, we're going to come right back with a quick commercial break, guys. Please do not go anywhere. We're going to be right back, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned, y'all.
I don't really know what's up, but I know that you wanna be down. I don't wanna be held up, but I know that you wanna be down tonight. All I wanna do is just get lost in the music. So are you ready? 'Cause I just wanna dance the night away. Dance, I don't really care what
I mean, yeah, when you're talking classic albums and great bodies of work, those two albums will always come up in the conversation.
Yeah, sure.
If you're going to talk about a great album and a conversation about a great album, you have to be talking about what album influenced the next 20 years and will continue to influence.
Yeah. But what's great too is like you said, when hip-hop is just starting to evolve.
I'm an actual written version, a dictionary, my actual spittin' serve 'em, and hit with fury, my tactical mission, urban, with scripted story, I capture the quickest words from my gifted glory, I'm back and equipped to merge from a deficit rise, demographically we have to be the sickest alive, see photos of Rakim, on the picture is Nas, and the track is G-Rap in a different disguise, in the back is Jizza Genius, flipping some knives, see LL and Queensbridge kicking some lines, see Flavor Flav with divas and chicks on the side, see Dana Latif for ridiculous, right? See Lauryn Hill relish and elegant features, poor righteous or priceless intelligent teachers. In the ciphers you hearing the sounds of the lyricist lounge, the letters Big L appear in the cloud. There's a lot of cats rhyming, but their lyrics ain't dope. So I release this to street kids and clear out my throat. We need to maintain the realness we speak in this music because we're students of this Eastern influence. There's a lot of cats rhyming, but their lyrics ain't dope. So I release this to street kids and clear out my throat. We need to maintain the realness we speak in this music because we're students of this Eastern influence. I'm an actual author, wordsmith, a factual talker. Splash on them like birdish, so put the asterisk on it. A passionate performer, squash any last minute drama. With skill set, I still rep New York with actual honor. I still dress humble, but I rumble like an earthquake. If you're not in my league, you should have fled in the first place. I'm heartless, I breathe from a compressed air tank. My bitter conscience is processed, memory banks. So in a complex contest, my enemies faint. It's Mr. Have to scorch it, have to bless it, have to bring it back to essence. Have to bring the conscience, kill the nonsense, I attack the sentence. Murder the snare and drum, represent where I'm from. Consistently, my history solid, there's no comparison. Polished, a student at AZ in common. Knowledge, I speak it and still remain modest. Deep rooted, I keep music filled with brain product. There's a lot of cats rhyming, but their lyrics ain't dope. So I release this to street kids and clear out my throat. We need to maintain the realness we speak in this music because we're students of this Eastern influence. There's a lot of cats rhyming, but their lyrics ain't dope. So I release this to street kids and clear out my throat. We need to maintain the realness we speak in this music because we're students of this Eastern influence. I'm an actual MC, a word structure genius, the clever one, son. My words merged together seamless. Started rhyming in '89, and these cats still breathing. But I'm the illest to ever do it from the Catskill region. I'm the illest to ever prove that I attach 2 seasons. Cause when I spring, rappers fall like I crush grooves even. Across the board, I scorch them all, finesse with my writtens. Can I get a soul clap? I'm back to best when I'm spitting. The king, Asiatic, I bring major havoc, a prodigy. I'm probably the king on your cabbage. In other words, you're mine. In other words, I grind like Folgers. A dignified soldier when I shine, I shall proceed and continue to rock the rugged roll like P&D and Dosh. You seeing me is not realistic when I flip shit, so step up front and get evicted with the quickness. I'm positive, K. My first priority is harmony. With 10% diss and you'll get shipped off in pottery. I bring the pain, my method is inhumane. On records, I bring the flame, no half-stepping like Kane. Don't pack weapons of claim, I'm not threatening my name. It's 7 letters, forever clever, I'm not effing insane. Hero supreme, rock, rock, rock on, and Talib Kweli. Rock, rock, rock on, the brother AG. Rock, rock, rock on, and EPMD. Rock, rock, rock on, like the MC. Rock, rock, rock on, and Lord Finesse. Rock, rock, rock on, and Def Jeff. Rock, rock, rock on, and Big Pun. Rock, rock, rock on, and Big Daddy Kane. Rock, rock, rock on, the Bismarck. Rock, rock, rock on, and Master Ace. Rock, rock, rock on, and NOG. Rock, rock, rock on, and CL Smooth. Rock, rock, rock on, and Guru. Rock, rock, rock on.
Welcome back, guys, to the Journey Podcast. Again, my name is Nyasia Chane'l. I'm here with my lovely co-host,
Mike Boogie.
And our very special guest, DJ King James. Woo woo!
I was about to say DJ Joint, but I was like, nah.
We can't do that now. We can't do that now. It's too much on this King James right now. It's too much. Can't mess it up.
Right.
Not to interrupt, but you know what's funny about that? Last year I saw something on a blog. It said, I ever wonder what happened to DJ Joint.
No, we got the full scoop right here.
There was somebody from Ohio.
Right here on the Journey Podcast.
Somebody with a whole bunch of my mixtapes from Ohio. Put it in it was in a blog one day, and somebody sent it to me. He was like, look at this shit. I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Ohio. How did that make you feel? Like, just see?
That's awesome. I think that's awesome, you know. I think that's pretty awesome. You know, shows that the work you do pays off somewhat.
Pays off. Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what does it mean to you, you know, being a broadcaster on an independent radio show, and you know, how challenging is that?
On an independent radio show, I love it, and I'll tell you why. One of the main reasons I've never worked with a major, there's a lot of other reasons besides that, but is there's no control. So me and my man can come in and say, yo, it's Al Green's birthday. We're going to do an hour of Al Green records, and then we'll do what we want to do. You know, there's no control. We're allowed to do what we want. So that is like the greatest thing ever. It's the same as an artist or anything when the artist is popping and the label says, okay, that's dope, but now we want you to do this. And the artist goes, well, that's not what I do, but you're forced to do it because you're with the major. You see what I'm saying? So if I was on Hot 97, I wouldn't be able to say, hey, I got this brand new Nyasia Chane'l record. They'll be like, nah. You can't do that right now. You know, and you don't get to pick the records. This is why you hear the records 24/7.
Yeah.
Because it's all lined up. It's all lined up. It's in a system where it's all lined up. And out of that, you're supposed to, back in the day, in the 90s, you're supposed to have two choices of two records that you can play that you want to. Now, they give you a list of what two choices of those records you can play. So you still don't have no choice. How you gonna give me a list and it's supposed to be the two songs that I may want to drop in?
So,
I might want to drop.
You have no full control.
Not at all. So if you don't follow their guidelines or whatever, but we have full control. Yeah. So I love it.
It's hard to break independent artists as well, because if you don't have like a major backing, you can't really.
Right, and that's what it is. Or you're not paying their hands. You know.
Wow.
It's not a good look, but you know.
Wow.
It's the politics.
That's interesting right there.
That is
very interesting right there.
Politic game.
Sad though.
Politics.
Time.
Right.
Damn. So, what do you prefer though? Do you prefer radio more or live DJing?
I prefer live DJing.
And why is that?
I prefer live DJing. I get busy. I mean, I love the radio, don't get me wrong, because we get to talk about topics, which is great, but I'm just in my zone when I'm gonna do what I'm about to do, you know. And I like special crowds. Like the clubs are great, you know, but again, the clubs are also kind of close to the radio, and the reason I say that is because I got to play those records that's popping. So if I drop, it could be a brand new Jay-Z rock record, and I dropped it, and they hadn't heard it on Hot 97 or whatever, you know, medium yet, they're not gonna dance to it. But they're gonna come back next week and go, do you got that new Jay-Z record? So I tried to give that to you as an exclusive last week. You didn't want to pay me no attention.
You didn't want me to play it, right?
So this is how that game goes in the club. Right, so now back in the day, Mike Boogie, I know you remember back in the day, you would wait for the DJ to play something you never heard. So you'd be in the club chilling, they'd be like, you'd be like, yo, is that?
And I think today it changed drastically because
that's gone. That's
you
gone.
don't have that, you know, now you have to play top 40.
Right.
Top, you know what I mean? And
right.
So I definitely agree. It was difficult, more difficult.
But I love when I get special parties. So I'll have special parties, especially in New York City, where I can just, if I want to pull out a Frank Zappa record and play it, they're gonna enjoy it because they understand what the DJ culture is and what you're doing, and they don't want to hear that Beyonce all day. They don't want to hear the Meek Mill all day. You could play that, but you can also put on James Brown. You can also put on break beats. You could also put on something new. You could tell the crowd, hey, this is a brand new artist we're trying to break. Tell me what you think about it. They're going to listen to it.
Yeah.
Your own people aren't going to listen to your stuff until you become what they think that you should become. And back in the day, it did not used to be like that. It wasn't like that back in the day. You know, so
that's what's sad about this whole industry that's going on right now. Is that not a lot of people are appreciating the culture itself,
right? And
the artists and, you know what I'm saying, legends before them. So
they disrespect the legends so bad.
Yo, and it frustrates me because, you know, I have old soul, so I'm just like, I already lived back then. You know what I'm saying? I'm more with that, but when I just talk to friends and peers my age and they're just like, oh, this person's the greatest of all time and they just came out, and I'm like, you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't go back and really listen. And when you go back and listen, it's always, oh, they're too conscious. And it's kind of like, why is it not good to be conscious?
That's the key word. Now, let me tell you something before I'm gonna say what I wanted to say. Radio purposely did that. So what I'm saying is your Hot 97s and all that. I spoke to, I'm not gonna say his name, one of my good friends who DJs on Hot 97, because I asked him, I said, yo, let me ask you a question. I said, how come there's no throwback at noons no more, whatever? He said, yo, bro, they changed the whole protocol. We're not allowed to go back that far. They don't want to teach the youth about the past. They just want to play current. And that's why we don't have any of that anymore.
Wow.
Not allowed to do that.
That parents take the time to show, you know, the children, yo, this is what I listened to back in the day. You need to you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's too.
See, but now there's another thing to that also with parents. You got to understand, most parents, that's today's parents, grew up on Biggie. You know, I did a party in the city, right? And I was rocking, so I did the Biggie set right quick. At the end of the night, the promoter dude that hired me came up to me. He said, yo, I love what you did. You killed it, especially that Biggie set. I remember when my moms used to play that all the time. And I was just like, wow. Like, damn, you that young, you know?
Yeah.
Right,
you know, where your moms was playing Biggie, where my moms was playing Aretha Franklin, your moms was playing Biggie. So you got to think that the generations changed so drastically.
Well, shoot, it ain't nothing wrong with mixing a little bit of one of Aretha records with a Biggie record if you know how to mix it. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to have the crowd for that, though.
You gotta have the crowd
for that. And that's why I said I love New York City, because I can do that in New York City. I can't do that here.
Yeah.
You know, the moment you put something on that they think is not what it is, then they're gonna sit down, they're gonna leave, whatever. Their attention span. This is why records today are only like 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Attention span.
I know.
Attention span is very minimal nowadays. It's why the record is in and it's out. Back in the day, that whole Al Green record was like 8 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Sugar Hill Gang. Think about it. Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight, was like 20 minutes. But you listen to the whole 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No kid is gonna sit there for 20 minutes and listen to that record today. Not gonna
and
do
even if you bring it back, they won't even know what's going on. They're like, wait, what?
When you do bring it back, you can only play, I said, a hip, after the hotel part, you got to get out. You got to get out. If you don't get out, they're like, okay, all right, you playing this too long, you got to get out.
But I think maybe if not just say celebrities, but even people with, you know, major influences, maybe if it could be a change, if they bring it back, it might could be popular again. That's why I think it's dope that they did the versus situation, because it's like.
Right. But I also see a change though, because you have, like, right now you have groups like Public Enemy just dropped a new album. Big Daddy Kane just dropped a single, and it's the conscious stuff about what's going on nowadays. So that is starting to seep back in. It may not go to radio. It may not go to radio, but it's seeping back into the people, and people know what it is.
And sometimes you don't even need radio. It's just you don't even need the phone, social media, and then it starts going up from there.
There it is. Back in the day, we didn't even need radio. You went to the club and heard about the new record, or the DJ down the street had a record that you didn't have, or something like that. That's how we did it. So,
Gotcha. So how do you use your show to, like, impact your community right now?
Radio show?
Yeah.
Or radio show? Yeah, we try to what our impact is always, number one, the independent artists. Period. Okay. So that's the community level, as far as, like, this kid is trying to make it. And when I say independent artist, that could be a rapper, a singer, somebody that's trying to put a book out, somebody that's the, you know, head of the march or something like that. We have all that on our show. We have all those people on our show all the time. So yeah, you know, especially in Harlem and everything.
Do you guys have, like, a lot of local artists or entrepreneurs, like, that come up on your show, or it's mostly, like, artists? Yeah.
And entrepreneurs, you know.
Okay. So that
cooking. I just opened up a new restaurant downtown 135th Street. They come and, you know, we talk to them about same thing. We talked to them about how they got started, what made them want to do that, and, you know, how did you choose this area? You know, well, I'm from here, so I want to save the community by me putting something into where I live at. You know, things of that nature. So yeah, yeah, we do that all the time.
Wait, so you have a restaurant? You said?
No. I said if we were interviewing somebody.
Oh, if you had. Oh, okay. I was about to say, you know, I love food. Nah.
Look, you're hungry.
But back on a serious note, though. But with everything that's going on in society right now, the killings of innocent lives, the unjust treatment, the court rulings, the Breonna Taylor case, George Floyd case, Jacob Blake case.
Right.
What do you think we can do?
I got a very different. I got a different opinion about all of this. Okay. You know, first of all, they've been killing us since God knows when. Okay.
I was gonna say that.
They've been killing us since God knows when. All we do is march. It's over. We go back to normal life until the next one gets killed. We march again. But my whole point about this is nothing's ever gonna be the right way until we get ourselves together as Black people. So what I mean by that is, okay, we need to stop doing the killing each other ourselves first. We need to learn how to be more cordial with each other. I mean, I walk down the street right now and see a brother. I'm like, peace, God, what's happening? And motherfucker look at me like, I ain't talking to you. You know, so we need to change our ways. You know, give up a lot of things you're doing, the hustling and this and that. And I understand because I've seen and been and lived in those areas where this is all this person may have, but you can change that. You can change that. You can definitely change that. We got to change ourselves before we worry about what they're doing to us. Because we already see that they're keeping us down or trying to keep us down. Only way we're going to get up is we get up with ourselves. And I say that to people all the time. We got to stop calling ourselves the negative names, nigga, I'm a thug, you know, yo, you can't just
and I think nowadays I even try to use the word brother now.
I've been using it all my life. I'm not into that.
I try to use that more. I can admit that. Like, this coming from the inner city, you know, I did grow up using the word nigger.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
We all do.
But now it's more of like, you know, I guess, I don't know if it's the age of me getting older. It's not even,
you're seeing it better. But here goes the trigonometry about it now. Okay, let's say the word nigga. That was between us. So me, I'm at your house, we in the hood, we on the block, nigga, you know what's up, that. They found a way to bring that back to the masses. So it's so deep in the masses that everybody uses it. So now we can't get mad if the white person says it, the Spanish person says it, whatever, because it became a normal term. So it's a normal term now. And here goes the sad thing about it. As a radio DJ, they'll take out every curse word except for the word nigga. So when I'm playing a record, they'll bleep out the F's, the B's, and all of that, but they don't bleep out nigga. That's telling you they're doing this shit on purpose.
It's becoming normal.
It's a normal, you know. So now it's so normal that we can't even get mad at it. And the thing about it, we helped normalize it because we kept saying it, and we say it no matter where we at. So I could be in a place where it's all types of people, black, white, blue, green, and I'd be like, nigga, fuck that, or nigga this, nigga that. They're picking it up. So now they start to use it. So I'm like, yo, you can't use that. So here comes the debate. Well, why can't I use it? You use it all the time. Why can't I use it? Because you can't use it because it was deemed as a negative term against us back in the day. So the question is, then why are you using it? Which is the right question. So why would I want to call myself something negative?
I mean, they changed it though. Like
No, there's no change to it though. There's no change to it, Nyasia. You can put the A on it, the ER. There's no change.
I mean, like the meaning behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like
but you know what though? That original meaning sticks. So it really does. So
I do feel you on that. I also feel like us voting is a major factor into what's going on in society as well. I feel like people really need to go out there and vote. Like,
I kind of got a little ups and downs about that too. Like I've seen where, I mean, me personally, this is me. I think no votes count personally, and I'll tell you why. But number one, they already know who the president is going to be before we even know. This is something to keep us busy, voting this and this and that, the third. Now, let me take you back to a couple of elections ago when it was Bush running against, I forget who. He
Clinton?
Lost.
No,
right,
Clinton,
he lost.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Clinton, but he lost. And what did they do? They went back and said they had to recount, and then he got in the chair when he clearly lost, and he got in the chair and nobody voted for him. So that shows you right there that where does that count? Where does that count? They put him in there. He lost. How?
Yeah, and you know, and those the things that have occurred, you know, back then or years ago, it does make it difficult for some people to want to go out and vote today.
Understood.
You know?
Understood.
And I think you all would agree, if you turn the TV back 10 years ago versus now, they have so many more campaigns, so many more ads and about voting, And you know, I mean, as much as what I see now, I would like to see those numbers kind of match that. You know, the amount of people.
Can I note though? I know we want to, you know, the vote as far as presidency wise. Yes, that's one thing. But I think it's important that you vote within your community.
Absolutely, 100.
Like what's going on in society, right? I mean, it's always been going on. But if we vote smart in our community, when police and stuff like that, when it comes into encounter with everybody who's in that community, those people that you elected are the ones who are going to make the decision for what those police.
And that's probably where our votes really count at. Like you said, I think
it does. Here's the other side note about that, which means we have to be the ones to go to the board meetings in your community. When they're having those board meetings, none of us show up. Number two, there aren't any black people running for those offices. Everybody's too busy trying to be the rapper or the singer or this and this and that. There's the real rappers, there's the real singers. That's your passion, you fine. But then you have a whole bunch of people that's like, yo, fuck, they doing it, I'm gonna try that. Yo, do something different. Be the next leader. Be the next guy in your community to help with things or whatever. And when we do get the guy in the community that's trying to help or whatever, we pay him no attention. We really don't.
You know what? And that's why I want to give a special shout out to Andre Rainey.
Okay.
Right. His rapper name is Noodle Noodle.
Okay.
And he's the mayor. He became the mayor for his second term of Peekskill. That's on our last episode. So if you guys are tuned in right now, make sure you check out the last episode. And he is a perfect example of what you just said. Somebody who's in his neighborhood, and he's like, you know what? He's been making an impact doing basketball tournaments and things of that nature. And then he went to another level where you can really hear his voice and him speaking for his community. So it is possible. I'm glad you mentioned that. It is possible, but we do need to do more of that, you know, to have that real impact, you know.
I'm glad you said that, Mike, because I was literally just thinking, I was like.
Thinking about him, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in Peekskill every day. That's one of my routes on my job.
Honestly, you know what, Mike?
We're going to talk. Yeah, we're going to talk. Good stuff, man.
You need to get linked up with him because as well as you have connections, he's got serious connections, and both of y'all together, powerhouse right there. So, Mike, you going to handle that on the side.
Yeah, we're going to talk, King.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Yeah, but like I said, I think it's important everybody should go out there, vote, make sure you're voting right, make sure you're looking up the history of these people that we're electing.
Absolutely.
Because I really think that's important. And, you know, although some people might not be in tune with politics, you need to get in tune because
understand a little bit of
are affecting us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, gotta understand a little bit of it. That's so true.
Absolutely.
So true.
Yep. So now into our other next question.
Okay.
I'm taking this from you, Mike. I'm going to take it from you.
Okay.
So how have you been, you know, during this whole global pandemic? How has it played a factor in your?
I've been good. I've been good. I mean, you know, I'm also work for dialysis, so I'm in that industry of the nursing and all that stuff. So I see all of that. But me personally, I thought it was great. Not that the COVID was great, but the time off. So the time off, you know, I'm always running like you're always running with artists. We're doing things. So that time off give you time to think about yourself, things that you want to prepare for. I redid all of this in those 3 months. This whole shelving and all that, rearranged the whole little studio here, the whole 9 yards. Within that 3 months, it gave me time. You know how you always come home and say, today I am going to do this rug. And when you come home, you got 18 other things to do. Yes. The rug never gets clean.
Never gets clean.
I'm
you still stepping on it.
Right, still stepping on it. But that 3 months gave you plenty enough time to come home. You already home. So you got plenty of time to do whatever it is. So I utilized my time wisely, organized a lot of things, and, you know, try to see where we headed next, pretty much, you know.
Okay.
So it was good for me. It was peaceful.
I agree with you on that, honestly. I feel the same way about this whole quarantine thing because at first, you know, it gives you a pause at life to say, okay, maybe some of the things that you think are important are really not that important. You know what I'm saying? And even after that, it just helps you settle down, like you said, and just reorganize your thoughts and stuff. And especially with everything in society, I know it's a bad thing about what happened with the pandemic, but I feel like even though we were in the pandemic, people were actually home to
right.
see what's going on, like how bad it's getting, how nothing has changed
right.
from back in the day, how they're still treating us. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? So I think it's starting to hit people more because I'm not gonna lie, some people do walk around here with ignorance thinking that racism doesn't exist and all this stuff like that.
But that COVID doesn't exist.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Even with COVID exists. And then it sucks that even the killings had to happen during the pandemic and it's not really much you could really do. But I think
that's a good point.
Yeah,
right.
I like that because it gave everybody a chance to, like, even though unfortunately all these things happened during the pandemic, but now what is your excuse not to pay attention, not to read up, not to do your research, to really see what's going on in the world instead of waiting for the news to come on to tell you what they want you to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Tell you what they want you to hear. Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's like I said, vote, guys, vote, like your life depends on it, because it really do.
That's a fact.
So my next question is, so how do you manage your time now, though? Like, although things are starting to pick back up again, how do you manage that, your love life, you know, whatever you want to say?
All I can say is I do the best I can. You know what I mean? So we're all going to have those days where you may have 8 things to do. You're only going to get 5. You know, you may not be able to get all 8. You're going to get all, you might get 5. You're lucky if you get 5. You know what I'm saying? With the way your life is arranged as far as family, children, those that have children, like you said, a love life, personal time. Your personal time is very important. That's very important. Very, very important to people. You know, take a little bit of time out for yourself. If it ain't, if you can squeeze an hour in a day just by yourself, if you got to go outside and sit in your car by yourself for 1 hour, make sure you get that peace time, because if you don't ever get that, then you'll never be correct upstairs, you know?
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Always make sure I got my peace time. I come in, I'm not touching the records, I'm not touching the computer. I'm just gonna sit here and woosah for about an hour or 2. I read a lot. I read like 3 books a month, so I'm an avid reader. So, you know, things of that nature.
Take notes, people. Take notes, people.
Yeah, reading is fundamental, man. People think that's a joke, but it's really real, you know?
It's real.
So, you know, read up on what you like. You know, if you're going to be an artist, let me go to the bookstore and get this book on how to adjust my microphones when I'm in the studio. Let me get this book on how to adjust this computer for the Zoom. Let me get this book on, you know. So, you know, you read up on what you like to do and things of that nature, and it keeps you alive and going. And that helps you manage everything else that you got to manage.
Yep.
Well said. Well said.
Oh.
Well said. So, yes, Nyasia. So I know DJ King James, you mentioned as far as like with the timing and managing your time. One question that I wanted to ask, and I know we kind of like strayed away from it a little bit. With today's DJing, like with you DJing today, right? And opposed to being on the radio where no one can interrupt you while you're on the set and things of that nature. So in person, how do you manage people coming up to you and just saying, hey, can you play this? Do you take that as an insult? Do you take that as you're not rocking the crowd? How do you manage that?
I love it as long as you're respectful. As long as you're respectful, I love it because I'm fan friendly. I'm a DJ that's fan friendly. That's another problem I've always seen with a lot of DJs. You two just like, you know, you stuck on yourself. You think you this and you that. You can't be that way because now you just burnt off like a percentage of people that came to see you tonight that may not come back next time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. So I'm fan friendly. People come up to me all the time. Yo, what's up? How you doing? They could talk to me, and I still have the next record ready to go and all that.
I witnessed that myself.
So I engage with my crowd. I talk to my people, and that keeps them always coming back. Everything that I do, I'm gonna have a good percentage of people always like, wherever you at, I'll be there.
Right. So what was the largest venue you've ever DJ'd at?
Shoo, I've done festivals.
Yeah, because I mean, I've witnessed you do the Aretha Franklin and Nyasia performed, and that was like,
I've done some things maybe like even 3 times that size. I was on tour with Public Enemy back in my day. And I was young, so I'm gonna tell you what. The first time I opened up as a DJ, so I'm backstage, I'm behind the curtain, and I don't know what's out there. You know, so they's like, yo, you ready? Your sound is good, everything's ready. I'm like, yep, I'm ready, I'm good. The moment they just, woof, ladies and gentlemen, opening DJ King James gonna rock y'all for an hour before Public Enemy comes on. And when that curtain came back and I seen like 10,000 people, yo, I was at first, I was like, yo, holy
and you know, and that's how I felt when you DJ'd at the Aretha Franklin tribute. And when Aisha looked into that crowd,
yeah,
you know, from my experience from that point, I was like, yo, this girl is the real deal, because that was a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for the opportunity again.
Oh,
yeah.
Anything I get, I'm calling you first, whatever.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that was definitely go. You had them rocking too. I was like, yo, bro.
And that came from experience of me getting over that stage fright and all that over the years. So now I just come in and I'm ready. Period. Right. End of story.
Right. And I don't think a lot of people talk about that, like DJs having stage fright, because it is a lot of pressure. It really is. Even when I'm on the off, I'm like.
Now that's a difference. That's a different thing. Doing a venue like that is very different than doing a club. A club is a club. Like you said, the people can walk up to me at the club, yo, what's up? We get a chance, my girl birthday, can you put that Jay-Z song, whatever. Now, these people out here in that audience, you're on that stage, they came to see exactly what you got, period. So one wrong move, it could be bad. It could be bad. You gotta know. You gotta know. It could go sour. And they be like, man, they said he was all that.
Right. That really does happen.
You lost.
That really does happen.
You lost. Now you got to try to regain.
So my question to you, because I know I see your background and I'm just like, damn, might be a little tough, but do you prefer vinyl or digital?
Vinyl all day.
Vinyl?
Vinyl all day. Do you see all that back there?
I do.
All that.
Oh God.
Wow.
All that, all on the floor. 45s everywhere, all on top of the equipment, everything, records. Jeez. I love records, man.
So you prefer it because you grew up on that?
Oh, well, it's a different sound. It's a different feel. Vinyl, the MP3 is flat. So whatever was EQ'd and made and mixed at the time that your record is about to come out now, it is now compressed. It's called compression. So it's all compressed and it's flat. So you ever get in your car and you put a CD in, and no matter how loud you turn it up, it doesn't really go any more louder. It's compressed. So now if I were to record a vinyl, if I were to record this record onto a CD, and as I'm turning it up, it's still going to be flat because it's a compressed type of a thing, an MP3, a CD, or things like that. Now, when you're playing a vinyl, you can bump that sucker, you know what I mean? And it's warmer. It has a warmer feel. That's the difference between, it's called analog. This is analog versus digital.
Oh, analog. Okay.
This is analog. These are analog.
Yeah. And I think it's great too, is because you get to actually have it rather than with digital. Anything could happen. Your phone could break. You know what I'm saying? You could lose.
Right. And the biggest thing for me too, what I love about records, is anybody grew up on records, I know you all did, is that look,
I definitely did.
When the new Beyonce comes out and they just email it to me, So I don't get to see who produced it. I don't get to see who played the guitar. I don't get to see who wrote the song for her. I don't get to see none of that. But I pull out one of these babies over here, I get to see everything, you know. Here's Nas' last album. This is Nas' last album on vinyl. I get to open it up. It comes within everything in there. It's got the lyric sheet in here. I get to read and see what's going on. I got everything in here. It's got the booklet. You don't get that. So if you would have asked me, yo, I heard that new Nas record on the radio. Who produced that? I can't tell you. But now I can. I could be like, let me see. Oh, okay, Kanye West did that one. You know what I mean? And the packaging, you get to see the artwork. I love artwork. You get to see artwork, and it's a whole experience. Yeah, MP3, there's no experience to it. You know, and it's funny though, because now I have people that come up to you when you DJ, they're like, yo, you heard that Tory Lanez album? I'm like, yeah, what's up? Which one you want to hear? Put on track number 8. That doesn't work for me. What's the name of the song? Because they're used to playing it on their phones and stuff like that.
Okay, I get it, but you gotta be more precise, people. Come on now.
Put on that track 8. No, what's the name of it? I don't know. It's just track 8. No good. No good. No good. This is where we come to now. This is what we've come to. Yep.
Okay, though, you gonna bring it back though.
Oh, it's never left. We're gonna keep it here forever.
You gonna bring it back. I wanna learn actually. I wanna learn how to do the vinyl thing. I wanna see how that works. You know, one day.
You should.
Anytime.
So our last question of the day before we let you go, I really enjoyed myself. I'm gonna ask this question.
Likewise.
So what was one of your most memorable moments as a DJ?
Shoot, I got a couple of those, but I'll say, I'm gonna have to say meeting James Brown, man. That's my idol.
James Brown, how was that?
That's like meeting Michael Jackson.
Cool shit. You know what? That's the only person I never met, and I gave the chance up to meet him. That was the problem. That was the problem. I could have went to a concert. Michael Jackson.
Oh my God.
Could have went to a concert, but I didn't want to go because I like the whole live experience, and I've watched Michael Jackson live. For me personally, when he sings live, he speeds the records up too much. So it's it's because I got the live album, I hear how it goes, and I was like, nah, I don't want to be there for that. I should have went, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But I've met Prince a couple of times. That's my second guy.
You can't
Prince
even.
and James Brown are my guys. Anybody will tell you that.
Wow.
Damn. I've
got the pleasure to meet both of them. So.
And how was Prince?
Prince doesn't talk. I actually was in Paisley Park. I went to Paisley Park. I actually did some promotions for him. I don't know how much lighting I got over here, but I'm going to show you this baby over here. I worked on as promotions. I worked on the Purple Rain album. So I'm going to show you my little wall over. Let me show you my little wall over here right quick. I'm going to come to the other side of the room.
That's what's up. You guys are getting the exclusive right now.
I know. The size of DJ King.
That wall.
Oh, wow.
That is dope.
Platinum.
Wow.
I've also, people don't know, I've also worked with Drake, so I got Platinum Drake.
Wow.
What you do? Hold on.
Wait.
This is my promotions game.
What you do with Drake?
My good, I promoted the first album. People didn't believe in him,
Wow. Okay.
I was in the upper hand. This is one of my best friends. I worked on her album. I got her here to the States, Amy Winehouse.
I
got the platinum plaque for that.
Oh my!
You guys see it first.
When I very first got it, and when I very first got in the game, I got this from Salt and Pepper for working on theirs.
Wow.
You know.
That's
and this is a small place. I got about another 12 under the bed that I can't put up yet till I get the next house. So.
Oh, got you.
But
wow,
yeah.
Cool. That was a good question too, man.
Yeah.
Look what it got us. It got us to see plaques, boy.
I know. I'm hyped right now.
And I never show anybody that stuff. I'm just not that type of braggart type of dude or whatever, but I just never show nobody that.
Look, man, you guys are tuned into the Journey Podcast.
The Journey Podcast, only here at DJ King James, showing off all of that he does, who he's worked with. Wow, you are really the GOAT, the legend living among us right now. And I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you for giving us your time today. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your knowledge.
Yeah.
Thank you for contributing great music to this earth that we live on today.
Thank you. I thank y'all for doing what y'all do. You know, we the team. We gonna make it. I see nothing but bright lights ahead of us. You know,
right, like a diamond. It's okay. Right. You're gonna be DJing my first set of a 10,000 people, 20,000, 30,000. We gonna
kill it.
Gonna work, and you're gonna produce my beat.
I got a couple for you. Don't worry. You see, I got the full studio over here, so I'm working.
I'm in the studio. Man. You feel me? I'm right here.
You're in yours. I'm in mine. So that's what it is.
I'm just waiting for the jewels. You know what I'm saying? So I could be put up on the plaque right there in the crib.
Don't get that.
I want to make it to the wall.
I promise you, I will make you nothing. I promise you, I'll make you nothing but hit records. I can promise you that.
Okay.
I can promise you
heard it here first, y'all. Thank you so much again for being here. Just shout out your social medias for the people real quick so they can follow you, all that.
Instagram, Twitter at DJ King James NYC. You can also go to djkingjamesnyc.com. And there it is. You'll find me on all of that. And the links is all in there to the radio shows, blazeemupradio.com, rhythmandsoulradio.com, WHCR 90.3 FM, the SoundClouds, the Mixclouds. It's all up there. So
y'all might as well Google this man. Google this man, okay?
Google this man.
For all you youngins that are tuned in right now, you like to be on Google, right? Type in DJ King James NYC. You're going to get some stuff right there. I'm telling you right now.
Easy.
For real.
There it is.
Well,
there it is.
Nyasia, we have the Ask Nyasia segment right now.
Okay.
All right. And this is coming from social media. All right. And one of the questions was, Nyasia, what was your inspiration behind the song Can't Stop Us? And why did you choose that name?
Well, thank you for that question. So my single Can't Stop Us is a song that is speaking about not only what's going on in society right now, but what we've gone through in the past. So dealing with police brutality in the first half of the song, just how everything's going on with the whole police brutality situation. And then the second half of the song, talking about what we spoke about earlier, just being kinder to each other, sticking together, and really just trying to see how we can grow as a human race, not even just off the base of the skin color, but just as a human race, and really just coming together and just trying to be greater for, what's to come. So I really have strong faith in this record right now. King James, you already heard this record.
I can't wait till it's to go.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It really has a different reggae feel to it. Shout out Jay Ditta, who also was alongside with me with this whole record, just making the whole record process. But I really have strong faith in it. Like I said, it's just talking about what's going on in society. And although I feel like this is the best thing I can do, just as an artist, just put out a song just talking about right now, and what's going on right now. Right now I'm rocking the Can't Stop Us t-shirts.
I need mine.
Yes, I got you. This goes along with the song, but it also goes, the proceeds that you buy from this shirt are going to the justiceforbrianna.org. That's the site, but it is going towards the justice for Breonna Taylor. So it's really important, guys. We're trying to do everything that we can just to give back and just to pay homage to the lives that are lost and, the justice that they couldn't get, unfortunately. But that is how the whole song came about. I hope you guys go listen to that, go stream that.
So Nyasia, they also want to know, is the song out yet? Is it available right now?
Well, yes, the song is out right now. All you have to do is just type in Nyasia Chane'l, Can't Stop Us. You can download it on all streaming platforms. Like I said, the more that you do, the more that we can help get this message across, that we have to come together as society, and we have to get justice for those people who have lost their lives, unfortunately. So, all right, guys. So thank you again to DJ King James for blessing us again with your knowledge, with your music, all that good stuff. Guys, we're gonna be right back real quick, fast. We're gonna get into something spicy. Boogie's Boot coming up real soon.
Let's go, y'all already know.
Afro Creole, Mikael.
Yakobina boy, Bisona misala, Oko sala boy, so today oh la la, Oko la la boy.
fait faire des gars. Mes amis tombés gouillés, gouillés, gouillés.
Mami, mama, mama, aye maboko bamba, mapesa nyuso zwama, aye binyuso kanda.
Mes amis, maman, musique ça machine ensemble. Par contre, côté pour mettre comme. Franchement, par contre, c'est mon faute.
Besambo, 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 besambo. I'm the Congo boy. DRC is joy. Welcome to Kinshasa. Yakobina boy.
I'm the Haitian girl, son del Marabout. Welcome to me, pays. Watch me take over, let's go. Tinky so envie, Pablo Bamati. Tinky so senti, what you want from me? Tinky so envie, Pablo Bamati. Tinky so senti, what you want from me?
I'm getting hella paper. You know your boy going up just like an elevator. I see a hater later. I ain't got time to pay her attention. And not to mention this is just for flexing. This the warm up like the keys turn to your ignition. I flow with intuition. A nigga on the mission. I had $1 in a dream, now it's hundreds I'm getting. Wordplay all day, try to crack the encryption. I had to get the fixing. Emotions got me tripping. I'm fighting heavy battles. I'm eating rotten apples. Don't let the doctors grab you. Don't do shit you don't have to. Don't let dumb shit distract you. Try to master the room. Sit back, act like it's cool. But be observant, mine is working. I've been through the worst shit. So I copped the new leather that smell like new purses. Everything is connected just like I drew cursive. Now as hard as I've been working, I know I deserve it. I live with a purpose. Every dollar I earned it. Show's over, motherfucker. Time to close the curtains. You gotta watch the serpents, cause they turn into reality to block your purpose. I've been through the mud. I protect my little brothers like my fucking cubs. It is what it was. I felt like I've been snubbed. Thoughts in my head while crossing the G-dub. What? I see you at 3, cuz you ain't gotta be the same damn color to bleed blood. I mean mug. The New York give me won't ease up. To pay the bills, I'm in the field getting my cheese up. Even with the chains on, we still ain't free enough. We either gon' smoke this shit or bag it up. She backed it up, I whispered in the ear, we gon' smash her what? I grabbed the butt. And I made her turn the savage up. Dollar bills, we stacking them. Foreign cars, we after them, we laugh at them. Swag drippy nigga, we splash on them.
No, we gon' splash on these niggas, man. It's the fucking bar show, nigga. Cortland shit, nigga. Park Ave, Melrose shit. Shit me. It's P, baby. Either you make it or you gon' not. Either you gon' be in the hills or on your block. Either you gon' be selling krills or selling pot. The krills gon' have you stuck in the system until you rot. You can sell weed, you coming home shorty. Don't be trying to buy guns off me, have your own 40. Could take niggas bitches, but have your own shorty. My shorty carry it when it's time to be whole for me. I know it's supposed to say hell. I know to wipe the prints off one of them shells. I know to not trust the soul, cause one gonna tell. Without knowing if he don't, we gon' put up a spell. That's real nigga shit. Real nigga shit. Free the real, man. Hold up for the dead, man. Squash. Check. Even the wrong a part of the right. I'm just saying the downtime still part of the night. Upbringings and downfalls a part of the stripes. Shit, the good and the bad a part of my life. I stay silent cause I don't really do the drama. I make money at anything, fuck designer. You wanna look good or feel good, make your mind up. I live in a crib inherited from my mama. Ain't no good girls in the world, still trying to find her. I gave my all to a brick wall and couldn't climb up. All these bitches is only worried about a comma. Until I find Michelle, I'm trapping on my Obama. That's word to my. Here comes the cold season. I know who I am. I'm so searching for no reason. Same old nigga, but these motherfuckers keep on switching. Keep that energy, cause I'ma keep on flipping this shit. Question.
We're gonna get into our sponsors of the day. So first, shout out to Creative Soulful Entertainment LLC. Shout out to It Girl Imports for always hooking me up on my hairstyles and making me look the best. You guys can use my discount code NYASIA30 to save 30% off their website. Shout out to LB Consultations. Shout out Did It Media. Shout out The Journey Gear for always hooking us up. You guys can check that out at www.shopNyaSiaChane'l.com. And last but not least, shout out The Journey Podcast. You guys can also visit this video on The Journey Podcast at www.thejourneypodcast.org. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. Now, what we about to get into, Mike? What we about to do?
All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for that Boogie's Booth segment with The Journey Podcast hosted by Nyasia Chane'l. Listen, y'all, we got a special guest right now. Let me remind y'all, this is the first female rapper to come on and bless the mic in Boogie's Booth. I know we got to get a hand clap for that one. So shout outs to Lay Wills, y'all. Introducing Lay Wills. It's going down, y'all. Bars. Boogie's Booth, man.
Make the song cry, but that ain't me, cause lately my eyes been real dry. I'm sick of crying for these bodies in their graves. Every single hashtag when we gotta say a name. I wish that we was calling on them to lift them higher. Thank them for being mothers, fathers, warriors, and fighters. From the front lines to headlines, we losing the greats. And in the meantime, we gotta look our kids in the face and say, I'm sorry, but this the world we living in. Baby, they gonna treat you different for your shade of skin, or maybe how you dress, or what's between your legs. Like it really makes a difference in these times and days. We tried to change laws, but they hesitated. We ripped the chains off, so now they regulating, trying to keep us all in this little bitty box, hoping they can hold us off long enough till it's forgotten that we all bleed the same blood. Forget a gender or a color, we're the same, brother. And I need you to remember that my love for you runs deep, and I'ma still love you though you hate me. Thank y'all so much. It's your girl, Lay Wills. I just want to shout out The Journey Podcast for having me spit a freestyle today over the greatest beat. Jay-Z, make the song cry. Check the podcast out, y'all.
Nyasia Chane'l. I'm running things right now, can't you tell? Dipped in Louis, dipped in Chanel. My songs they knock well, let's mainly rock, yo. I know you see the way that I go. Dipped in sauce from head to my toes. Had to learn the difference between friends and foes. I had to let him go, I had to let him go. So why would I stop the limits to the sky?